Hello, dessert lovers. Welcome to the sweetest video you've ever clicked on. Today, we're not just talking about cake or ice cream, we're going on a time-traveling, science-exploring, record-breaking journey through the entire history and future of desserts. We'll uncover why our ancestors risked their lives for honey, how sugar changed world history, why your brain lights up like fireworks when you eat chocolate, and even what desserts humans might be eating on Mars one day. Buckle up, this is not a short video, this is a full dessert masterclass. So grab your favorite snack, or maybe two, and let's begin.
1. A sweet beginning. The first desserts ever. Desserts are much older than you think. The first sweet tooths weren't humans, even animals seek sweetness. Monkeys pick the ripest, sweetest fruit. Bears raid beehives for honey. Humans, too, have been obsessed with sweetness since prehistoric times. Anthropologists have found evidence of honey gathering that goes back 10,000 years. Imagine ancient humans with no protective suits, climbing tall trees and cliffs, braving angry bees, just for that golden sweetness. When agriculture developed, the first civilizations started experimenting. The Sumerians and Egyptians made mixtures of grains, honey, and dried fruit. These were like energy bars, portable, nutritious, and tasty. Egyptians even placed these sweet cakes in tombs for the afterlife, showing that dessert was seen as a source of joy that should follow you beyond death. The Greeks created cheesecakes made with honey, cheese, and wheat. The Romans spread these ideas across Europe, inventing recipes for honey wine, fruit preserves, and custards. They even had festivals dedicated to indulgence, where sweets were served at the end of giant feasts, setting the tradition of having dessert as the final course. 2. Sugar, the world-changing ingredient. Sugar completely changed dessert history and world history. Originally discovered in India, sugarcane was considered so valuable that travelers carried it across Asia, Persia, and eventually to the Mediterranean. Early sugar wasn't the white, fine crystals we know. It was dark, sticky, and came in blocks. By the Middle Ages, sugar was so expensive it was literally locked away. Only kings, queens, and the wealthiest merchants could afford to use it regularly. They didn't just eat it, they showed it off. Some banquets had edible sugar sculptures taller than a person, shaped like castles or animals. Guests didn't just eat dessert, they admired it like art before breaking it apart. When European powers colonized tropical regions, sugar production skyrocketed. This lowered prices dramatically, and for the first time, the middle class could enjoy sweets. But sugar wasn't just a food, it was a driving force in global trade, leading to the establishment of colonies, the transatlantic slave trade, and even wars. Yes, your slice of cake has a very serious backstory.
3. Chocolate, from bitter drink to global obsession. Chocolate's history could be its own movie. The Mayans treated cacao as sacred, drinking it daily. The Aztecs even used cacao beans as currency. You could literally buy a turkey with a handful of beans. Their chocolate drink was bitter, spicy, and frothy, nothing like the sweet hot chocolate we know today. When the Spanish brought cacao to Europe, it became a luxury drink for the elite. Over time, sugar, milk, and cinnamon were added, turning it into a sweet, creamy beverage. Then came the Industrial Revolution. Chocolate could now be mass-produced, turned into bars, and sold worldwide. By the 20th century, chocolate was everywhere, in candy bars, cookies, cakes, puddings. Entire holidays, Valentine's Day, Easter became chocolate-centered. And science later confirmed what we always suspected. Chocolate can boost your mood by releasing serotonin and dopamine in the brain. 4. Dessert science, the magic in your kitchen. Desserts are edible chemistry. When you bake a cake, you're causing dozens of reactions. Proteins denature and set from eggs, giving structure. Starches gelatinize in flour, absorbing moisture and thickening. Fats coat the batter, creating tenderness. Sugar caramelizes, adding flavor and color. Leavening agents release gas, making the cake rise. Candy making is even more scientific. Sugar must be heated to very specific stages: soft ball, hard crack to create fudge, caramel, or brittle. A few degrees too hot or too cold, and you ruin the batch. Even something as simple as whipped cream is fascinating. Whipping traps air inside fat molecules, creating a foam that holds shape. But whip too much, and you get butter. Dessert making is precise, which is why pastry chefs are often called the scientists of the kitchen. 5 Ice cream wars, sweet competition. Ice cream has one of the coolest, pun intended, histories. Ancient Chinese emperors enjoyed frozen milk with rice. Persians made early sorbets with fruit and snow stored underground. But true ice cream, as we know it, appeared in Renaissance Europe, where chefs used salt and ice mixtures to freeze cream faster. In the 18th century, ice cream was still so rare that having it at a party was a sign of extreme wealth. When technology improved, ice cream became available to the masses, leading to ice cream parlors that became popular date sports. Fun fact, in the 1900s, when ice cream cones became popular at fairs, vendors couldn't keep up with demand. Legend says the cone was invented by rolling up waffles when dishes ran out, and people loved it so much, it became the standard way to serve ice cream. 6. The psychology of sweetness. We're biologically programmed to love sugar. Sweetness signals safety and energy. When you eat dessert, your brain rewards you by releasing dopamine, the same chemical that makes you feel good when you achieve something. That's why dessert feels like a reward. Scientists have also found that sharing desserts increases social bonding. Couples who share cake report high feelings of closeness. No wonder dessert is at weddings, birthdays, and celebrations. It literally strengthens relationships. 7. Dessert around the world. This is where dessert gets really fun, traveling through sweets. France, millefeuille, macarons, eclairs, elegant, precise, and artistic. Italy, tiramisu, gelato, cannoli, creamy, coffee-flavored, and rich. India, gulab jamun, jalebi, laddu, deep-fried and syrupy. Middle East, baklava, basbousa, nutty and honey-drenched. Japan, matcha parfaits, subtle and balanced. USA, cheesecake, brownies, s'mores, rich and indulgent. You could make an entire YouTube series just traveling the world and tasting desserts, and every episode would be different. 8. Record-breaking desserts. People take dessert to extremes. There's a chocolate bar heavier than an elephant, a cake the size of a truck, the most expensive dessert, a $25,000 ice cream sundae with edible gold and rare chocolate, and competitive eating. Some people can eat over 100 donuts in a single sitting, though that's definitely not recommended for health reasons. 9. Moderation. How to enjoy dessert guilt-free. Moderation is the secret. Studies show that completely avoiding sweets can backfire and cause cravings. But a small daily treat can improve your mood, reduce stress, and even help you stick to a healthy lifestyle. The key is mindful eating, slow down, enjoy the flavors, and make dessert a ritual instead of a mindless snack. The future of dessert. The next generation of desserts is high-tech. Vegan, gluten-free, sugar-free, all are now delicious thanks to better ingredients. 3D printers can make chocolate sculptures impossible to create by hand. There are experiments with flavor pods that release aroma while you eat, making desserts taste sweeter without adding sugar. And with space exploration, NASA is testing desserts for astronauts that can last years in storage. Imagine celebrating a birthday on Mars with a 3D printed chocolate cake. That's the future we're heading toward.
So, the next time you bite into a cookie, remember, you're tasting millions of years of evolution, thousands of years of history, centuries of science, and a whole lot of human creativity. Dessert isn't just food, it's culture. It's memory, it's celebration. If you love this deep dive, smash that like button, share it with your dessert-loving friends, and subscribe for more videos that make life a little sweeter. Until next time, stay curious, stay happy, and stay sweet.